Put it in my hand. Up, up. There you go.
A lot of people need a purebred dog, a fancy house, need indoor plumbing to be happy. Russ Jacobson found his dog in a dumpster. His house used to be a tool shed, and indoor plumbing would be nice, but it's not worth the expense. His life is not designed to impress anyone. He doesn't run the rat race. He's been there. He's done that.
I guess mostly I just hated waking up in the morning and hated going to work and didn't really like what I was doing, but you do it, and just like a lot of people. Now, I get up and dance to work every day. You know, I enjoy what I do. I like...
There's a peacefulness inside the walls of his rustic workshop. The air inside is full of scratchy music and sawdust. Russ always seemed to know that his happiness couldn't be found in a city or a factory or a bank vault. His happiness was hidden in blocks of wood.
I've built drawers and doors for the bank vault in downtown, and I parked cars for a living for a while at the Chrysler plant in Delaware to get money for the farm. And I was born into the pet industry. I was in the pet shop business for a lot of years before I got to doing anything else.
Man, that's what I call it.
Everyone figured he would take over his family-owned pet shops, but he was looking for something else. He searched coast to coast for whatever it was.
I scuba dived out in California, commercial fished, just built houses, patios, put on roofs. I did anything it took. Now that I'm making a living carving rocking horses, I rarely take on anything else that doesn't amuse me.
At first he thought about designing ornate carousel animals, but it didn't seem right.
Most of those things had a big, fierce growl on their face. The lions growled and the elephants roared, and everything that I do smiles. Childhood's a rough enough experience without trying to scare the little devils.
Sticks and stumps and planks of oak, mahogany, and cherry dry in the autumn air outside his shop. It may be 10, even 15 years before he uses them. But out here, that's all there is. Time. Out here, Russ also has time to understand why other people seem to need material things to be happy.
But then you think, well, you know, I need a 1,000cc motorcycle because I hate this job so bad. I need this motorcycle to get to work. And I need a better sound system because when I get home from this job I hate, I need the sound system, and I need a new car to get to work. And you find that, I found that after years and years of working, you can be working to support the vehicle to get you there and the house to sleep in at night and not have any fun.
In the years that he's been creating rocking horses, a lot of people have offered to go into business with him. But most of the offers have something to do with him putting down his homemade mallet and chisel and going into mass production.
All we need is a couple $100,000 and we can throw raw wood in one end and it'll spit legs out as good as mine at the other end, but you know, it's just not. Then you're a machine operator. Then you're not a carver anymore.
%40 of all Americans say their jobs are too stressful. 2/3 of all Americans say they're not satisfied with how significant their work is to society. This may not be brain surgery, but when you see what happens to what he makes, you understand that it isn't meaningless either.
Can you make it go? Are you a cowboy? Yeah, I knew that.
On the weekends, Russ sets up at craft shows. The walruses, the rocking birds, the smiling horses attract children like magnets.
How's that? They see the rocking horses and they start to totter towards me with that big grin on, and they leap on the horses, and I've got 4 or 5 kids riding. Doesn't get better. It just doesn't get better than that.
Who would shell out between $400 and $1,800 for one of his creations? People in suits and people in bare feet who pay in monthly installments. They all seem to have something in common. They're tired of throwaway plastic. They all seem to want some assurance that children will be smiling long after we're gone.
I never thought about the future before rocking horses. I just did whatever I did for that day. Now that I'm doing these for kids and their children and their great-grandchildren, and I put my name on the back hoof of everything I do, I sign it and date it, and I know that long after I'm gone, there'll still be great big smiles on these kids' faces, and they'll be having a good time. There's a certain amount of satisfaction in that. Ask anybody I've ever worked for, I'm probably a better rocking horse carver than I am an employee.
Many of us go through life uncertain why we were put on this planet. He may be no more sure than anyone else, but whatever his reason for being, it apparently had nothing to do with pet stores or money or city life. He found tranquility surrounded by a lovable dog that no one else wanted, and wooden horses who smile at the world. And the world smiles back.
I assume I'll do this the rest of my life. I'm enjoying it that much.